Zelensky moment is when, well, this is my own term that I coined uh, this morning in Tokyo. A Zelensky moment is when you are totally justified to be angry, get angry, or even though getting angry might result in, you know, not so favorable results. You know, I am of course referring to the meeting between Mr. Zelensky and Mr. Trump and Mr. Vance. And mind you, I am not saying that a party is right and the other is wrong here. I mean, Mr. Zelensky also, of course, has his position. Mr. Trump has his position, and Mr. Vance has his position. I'm not saying that one of these gentlemen is right or has you know moral advantage. Although I do have my personal preferences, but I'm not going to state that here because it's not the point. I'm just saying that given that situation of that meeting, leading up to that meeting, I mean, the fact that Russia forced their will on Ukraine, you know, Russia might have its own opinion about the history of Ukraine and the relationship between Ukraine and Russia. Well, and of course, Mr. Zelensky has his own position. I'm not saying that which side is right and which side is wrong, but I don't think in today's world, it's you know it's preferable to force someone's opinion on other by military operations. I don't think that's great. I don't think that's great. So, you know, all these things that happened leading up to the White House meeting, of course, Mr. Zelensky had all that behind him, right? And the attitude of Mr. Trump combined with the attitude of Mr. Vance on that day, it I think justifies Zelensky's anger. And although I'm always for the way of Nagomi, in which we need to seek harmony and coexistence between different opinions. It is sometimes valuable to get angry and have, Nagomi after that, if rather than just restraining yourself and, you know, keeping up all the stress inside you and, letting people, you know, ignorant, remain ignorant of one's true ideas and feelings and so on. I think rather than that, it was great that Mr. Zelensky got angry on that day, and from here we need to have way of uh, establishing Nagomi, establishing harmony, establishing peace, and Mr. Trump might have some point on that, but but on that particular moment, day, at that particular moment, I think it was totally okay for Mr. Zelensky to get angry. That made me think. That made many people think about the situation, and that I think is really great. So I think in everybody's life there's a Zelensky moment. There's a Zelensky moment when you are totally justified to get angry. However, don't get angry all the time, right? That is just an irritative person. And also, it is very important to establish Nagomi after you get angry. That is a great point. Establishing Nagomi, the way of Nagomi, after getting angry, that is the most valuable thing in life. That's the way of life.